Bibba, welcome to Cat on the Loose. It's such an honor to have you.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm very, very grateful that I'm here connecting to you and everybody that is listening to us.
Yes, and I'm very grateful as well because before I start asking you the questions, I want to tell you that I read your book and I found out about you a few years ago, just before COVID
Yes.
hit. And I was going
Mm-hmm.
through a really horrible phase in my life. You don't know that.
Oh my God.
My mom had
I'm
just passed
sorry.
away. My ex-husband had just died, who was my best friend. My life was upside down. Yeah, I was going through hell and high water. And
Mm-hmm.
I found out about you. And I remember
Oh,
I got your book online. Yeah, I really have goosebumps because and then I started looking at your Instagram and I was like, oh my God, she has this positive, incredible energy around you. Like I really remember, and I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart.
God,
Every time I
thank you.
look at your photos and your videos, I felt warm and I felt encouraged, although we had never met
Yes.
in person. And I read the book, I was like, wow, it gave me so much hope and it gave me so much strength to move forward. And then a few months later, when we did meet in person at some event in Miami, I don't remember the details, I was like, oh my God, she's all of that from her Instagram and better in person because she's so sweet and she's so down to earth,
Yes.
despite
Oh my
all your
God.
success. And so, yeah, I'm a huge fan of your work.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your kindness and everything that you shared. You know that people they tend to say that they connect to my energy online or through the book, my words or videos, whatever. And then when we meet, they feel the energy and they feel that I'm real, but
Yes,
more in person. So it's all about energy. I work on my energy a lot. And I know it's one of the topics today. I know
yes.
that you want to talk about it.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. Since you are an energy healer, and I'm like,
mhm.
I believe so much in the power of energy, and it has changed my life and guided me forward, and it helped me put my life back up from scratch and start over. So, for people that don't really understand what we're going to talk about, let's go from scratch. What is an energy healer?
Okay, so what we're doing here, I'm a yoga teacher, so everything we do, I think it's yoga. Yoga in Sanskrit means unity. So if we are connected here, uniting energy, talking about the wisdom or whatever brings us healing, it's already energy healing. The knowledge, the wisdom, the intellectual conversation here brings healing already because our mind guides all the healing in our emotional body, in our physical body. So energy is everything. If I could summarize, it would be try to have positive thoughts, feelings, and actions because that's going to bring you protection, first of all, and everything else. Because when your energy is high, you really manifest what you want. In a high level of frequency, that's when you manifest miracles,
Right.
synchronicities, and blessings in your
Yeah, I
life.
completely
So
agree.
working on your energy is very, very important.
Yeah, so the first step, because I know a lot of people listening and the
Mhm.
feedback, they're going to say, well, yeah, that sounds great on paper, but if you're going through a horrible time in your life, whether, you're
Yes.
going through a breakup or you're in financial difficulty,
Mhm.
whatever it is, or you lost someone that you love,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
really, really hard to take the first step, right? I get
Yeah,
messages.
because we're all humans and we're gonna
Yeah,
have ups and downs. But when you work on your energy and you keep like rising, even when these happenings are hurtful, you're gonna keep your energy very high. So it doesn't go backwards when you expand your consciousness. You know, you asked me about energy healer. What is it?
right.
So when you work on your energy, and I know you're similar to me, anywhere you go, you're healing people because your energy is so high and you're so positive. And even though you don't even talk, like I connect to the history of the lives of the big sages or healers or Buddha, Jesus, and all of those that came to Earth as enlightened human beings. And when they entered in an environment, they would heal without words, just through energy. So I wrote in my book that the best thing you can do for you and for others is to work on your energy. So when it's high, you can have an amazing life. You can bring heaven to earth, literally, and you can also heal everybody around you. And how do you do that? That's the
Yeah,
question,
exactly.
because it's beautiful talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing. I agree because this is what saved me. God's honest truth.
Yes.
I was at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. Like nothing was, everything was destroyed. I literally lost the two people I loved. I lost everything. I was like down and out. And I was like, oh my God. And this is exactly what saved me. When I started shifting my energy and believing in myself and the power of thought, but it's a process. So yeah, like you said, for people out there listening, maybe somebody say, yeah. How do I do that? Is there a first step, even for people that feel
Yes.
completely discouraged?
So first of all, thanks for sharing and thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being strong enough to go through this phase. I feel you and I can see, I'm a psychic, so I can see everything that happened to you. And it was maybe the most difficult time of your life. And even though your survival instinct made you come back to life and learn from the process. So I'm so proud of you and thanks for sharing.
Thank you. That's very
So if I could say, thank you. So the first thing I would say, if we think about a physical level, because it's what people can really see, the first thing we can see, our body. So for you to raise your energy, very simple, exercise every single day.
yeah,
First thing, I
very
don't believe
simple first step.
in
Yeah.
being healthy, emotional, physical, energetic, or spiritual if you don't move your body. There's no way. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're listening right now, depends on your age, your routine, or whatever your life is and who you are. But don't come with excuses like, "Hi, I walked today." No, if you're a strong man in your 30s, you need to do much more, Or I have people around me that say, "No, but today I was walking 2 blocks." I was like, "No, you're 20 something. You need to be running a marathon." If you really want to succeed in rising your energy and being healthy, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, it's
Yeah.
all bodies that when we move our body, we shift energy. So the first thing when I'm going down or something happens that is really bad in my life, because it happens to all of us. There's no miracle here, people. We are in duality. We're going to have shadow and light. We're going to have good and bad. We're going to have that. It's what we are. Human beings, spiritual beings trapped in a body,
Yeah. But you know
So,
what? I gotta tell you, I love that you said that as a first step.
mhm,
Move your body
first step.
because, yeah, it's gonna change everything about your life. The minute you get
Yes.
out, and I think so many people sit at home like feeling sorry for themselves because it's,
Move your body.
yeah,
Hmm.
I think that,
Please.
and I'm happy you're saying that, like
Hmm.
exercise, don't be lazy, because we get
Yes.
criticized when we say that on social media, but we're not talking about being perfect, but we are definitely
No,
talking
but move your body to the point you're gonna really feel the heat. You're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna feel all the hormones in your body working to your healing and rising your energy. We feel it. So
about.
I know I'm strong, and I know I have a lot of endurance. So I know I've been always active all my life. And if something happens to me, the first thing I do, run. I go running, because running for me or for anyone, I think, is not that easy. And I need something that really like makes my body move. Or I practice Ashtanga yoga. And for you yogis, you know what it means? Like, Ashtanga is military yoga. It's not only a little yoga that's going to move my body and make me feel really good about myself, because I know I practice a lot of exercises. So when something happens, I already had like losses and the worst thing happening to me, I always go to my mat, yoga mat, and even if I'm crying, dying, I'm gonna practice the
Yeah, but
hardcore yoga the most hardcore yoga I can,
yeah, but
so I
I
can really heal from the
be
inside out, you know?
yeah, but like somebody out there that is listening to us, they're like, oh yeah, but she's in great shape, la la la. Anything to start is better than nothing, right? If you
Yes.
keep on
So,
crying and
mhm.
depressed, even if it's going around the block a few times, something that's
Yes,
not
yes,
like
yes. So
overwhelming, anything is better than nothing, right?
that brings me to the second thing you can do to raise your energy: connect to nature. So exercise in nature, bare feet on the sand, just go in the ocean. Ocean is very, very
Yeah, the
healing.
ocean is my happy place. It's like my
Me
place to
too.
recharge my batteries. I
Me
just
too.
literally go to the beach, and the minute I put my
Mm-hmm.
feet on the ocean, it's like
Mm-hmm.
a charger. I actually did a post about it this past holiday weekend because I was telling my audience on Instagram, I think everybody needs to find their happy, recharging place, whatever it is, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's a
Yes.
beach or a mountain or grass, I don't know. And you need to go there no matter how busy life gets and just
Mm-hmm.
stop everything and recharge.
Yes. So exercising whatever you can and whenever, but every day would be like very good for you. It would shift your energy in your life and it will bring so much health. You can start walking and then go into the gym. We need to lift weights. If you really want to live like 80, 90 years, we need to lift weights. Even if you don't like, I don't like them much, but I do it sometimes. So lift weights because we need protein and we need to have a fit body to hold our muscles
I
and
don't think
bones and everything.
if we don't take care of ourselves, I think it's very hard to
Hmm.
survive any situation. Now, you
Yes.
also talk in your book, The Power of Joy. I actually reread it last night because I read
Mhm.
it many
Thank
years
you.
ago, and it's very easy to read, guys. It's very quick read and it's very empowering,
Hmm.
very sweet. And I like that you literally do this. It's not a bullshit book. You like do this, do that, and I love it. And you talk about the power of words. This one is so important to me
Yes.
because
Hmm.
so many people on our everyday lives, I hear people saying like,
Hmm.
oh, like I'll give you an example. One word that I never ever use in my life, the word hate. I
Me
think the word
neither.
hate is very
I
strong.
never,
Very
never.
strong.
You know, in my book, I didn't write negative words.
Right. And but on everyday life, I hear all the time people say, "Oh, I hate this food. I hate
Hmm.
that. I hate," like for
Me
nothing,
too.
for small things. And I think, well, that's a very negative energy. And
I
you
always
talk
say I
about the
dislike
power.
something or I prefer something.
Yes, same.
And when there's lack of health, I don't say the other word. I say lack of health. I don't say the C word, the
Right.
lack of health C word.
So, can you
So,
elaborate how important is to pay attention
oh
in
my
the
God,
power
it's
of
so
words in our
important.
lives?
It's so important because it starts with your thought. Like every time you have a bad thought, you need to shift it. Like, this is not gonna work out. You will say it's going to work out. Like, be conscious about what you think because you manifest every single second of your life. So start with your thoughts, then positive words. Oh my God, it's so important because it's an affirmation. It's a decree. It's what you're like manifesting in your life, you know? It's like a prayer. What you say, you're like doing a prayer about what you want to manifest in your life. So, especially to people that go backwards in time and talk about something bad that happened in the past, and they keep talking about that and over and over and over and over and over, and they never get over it because they are stuck there and because they're talking about it and thinking about it. So please, positive thoughts, positive words, and positive actions.
Yeah,
That changes any reality. And you
yes.
manifest, like nowadays, we're going through the major shift of consciousness and the major transition in humanity and the planet. And now, like we say, the veil between the physical body and the spiritual body is very thin. So everything you say, it's gonna happen. If your energy is high, like ours and yours, if you're listening to it and you know who you are, you know you're manifesting more. You know you are. So be careful and use it. Use it for good, you know, to manifest what you want.
And you did write in,
Believe, keep the faith, you
yes,
know, keep the faith.
believe, because you did write in your book, we are what we think, and everything is born from our thoughts. And I completely agree. If you're constantly thinking, oh, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna get sick, this is that becomes your reality. Like even in the dating world, I see so many girls,
Why?
all men
Why would you
suck, all
fail?
men are horrible, a lot of, and then I say, well, then that's the reality you're gonna have, right? You're gonna only meet horrible people because this is what you decided. And if you start shifting that, and I think that's one of the most important exercises we need to learn. And it
Yes.
took me many years to get here. Like you need to put in your mind your reality and the things that you want to attract. And all of a sudden you do start seeing that shift.
You know what I always say? That um, choosing between what you want is a very, very important spiritual quality, discernment, you know? Every day we have two options all the time or more, so we are choosing all the time, and sometimes like whatever you choose changes the path, your path, like forever. So discernment, if you need to make a choice, go inwards, take a deep breath, and then choose whatever you need to choose. And also, you always have the opportunity of going to the positive side or the negative side. As you mentioned, like maybe you're going to fail or maybe you're going to be successful. So you have like the same energy that you can like focus on being or saying or thinking that you're gonna fail. You can like transfer to being successful. You know, it's the same amount of energy that you can just like shift to what is positive.
Yeah.
So discernment is a very, very important quality. It's everything in life. No or yes,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
like
and this
the,
is for everything. People, experiences,
yeah,
questions, you know, work, relationships, whatever.
it's that famous saying, right? The half glass of water. You can
Mhm.
decide every day if you see the half empty glass or the half
Yes.
glass, right? It's all about perspective.
Yes. You know what? Can raise your energy a lot. Like that. It shifts like in a second. Another great topic to our conversation. It's gratitude. Being grateful.
Oh my God, yes.
Being grateful changes everything. Try this today, people. You're listening. Try it as an exercise
Yeah,
after you listen to this
my
podcast.
top three favorite
Be
words.
grateful.
Yeah.
Be grateful. We are alive. We are talking. We are healthy. We have a roof over our heads. We have food to eat. We have like legs to walk. You know, we
Yes.
have knowledge. We have intellect. We have everything. We need to be grateful.
I think gratitude is definitely one of the most important lessons. And
So
using
important.
that word, that's something I also learned the past few years. Every single day, I try to say how grateful I am for the smallest, like you said, we have our legs, right? When you're talking
Hmm.
about exercise, so many people think, oh, I'm so lazy, I'm so lazy, I'm so I kind of think like, I am so lucky that my legs are healthy and I get to walk my dogs and I get to run around and I get to play pickleball. I get to go to the beach. I think everything connects. Shift your energy, shift the way you think, be grateful about the fact that you can move your body. And the minute you start connecting all of these things, like you said, your life starts turning to the right side. But
Yes.
it's funny that we're saying it, but it takes a while to get to this point. Because
Yes.
you're used
So that's what the
to
book is so
talk.
important, because you keep reading the book and then you remember yourself, or doing therapy. For example, I give mentoring. I call it spiritual life coaching session. So anyone that comes to me, they already connect to my energy. They already know who I am. And we're guided through the spirit. And then we can talk about all of these little things that literally change our lives.
Yes.
If you want to change your life, go to the simplest
Yes,
things, you know? I
I
have in my
agree.
book this too.
I'm living proof.
Go simple.
Yeah,
Go
I am
backwards
living
in
proof.
what's like.
All of these things together sound so silly, But I'm hoping anyone out there listening, if you feel despaired, if you are going through
Yeah.
anything tough, because people look at our lives, and I get this message on Instagram all the time. Oh, you live in Beverly Hills and you're blonde and you're beautiful and you're rich, la la la, and they think everything is easy, but they don't see like the chaos and the horror show it was for me to get here. And I consider myself a survivor. I survived a horrifically abusive marriage for 15 years. I survived losing my mom. I survived losing aunt. I survived losing all my assets and literally started from scratch. And what brought me here is exactly all of these things that you're saying. Being
Oh,
grateful, believing in
so
yourself,
happy for you.
instead of seeking revenge or be anger, all these words that we don't like, shift on the focus to yourself. And that's how
Yes.
you rebuild anything from scratch. That's how
Mhm.
powerful these messages are. You just have to believe.
Yes. That's why I say keep the faith. Keep
Yeah.
the faith that you're going through a process, and sometimes it's a transition. It's not
Yeah.
exactly where you want to be, but you're going through a transition, and you can, like, you're probably rising, you know. So keep a positive mind, positive words, positive actions, move your body, connect to nature, be grateful. What
Wow,
else?
let's continue. All of these things, by the way, are in her book, The Power of Joy. I'm literally going like as much as I can cover in 45 minutes, the most important steps. But
Mhm.
I highly recommend it, not because you're here with me, but I'm saying it from my heart because it's such an
Mhm.
easy read and it's fun and it's so inspiring and it's so empowering.
Mhm.
Because I don't like
Mhm.
fluff, I don't like, there's a lot of books that you read and it's a lot of
Mhm.
theory. I like
Mhm.
people that go right to the point, and this is why the book is so good because you literally say, do this, do that, do that, do that. You can literally, and it's easy things to do. It's nothing that costs like $1 million, like going to nature, going to the beach, running around the block. It doesn't cost, it costs zero, literally. Well,
Yes.
another point that I think is so important in your book that I want to talk about for a minute is karma.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
a huge believer in karma.
Me too. Me too. And nowadays, much more. If people are doing bad, they're gonna receive it like right away in their faces, like bah, you know? They should be like worried about karma right now. Because it's sometimes like before pandemic, I would say that it would take years, decades, or lifetimes for the person to get what they gave. But now, oh my God, if they're mean, they're gonna get it like right
And
away.
why do you
So be
say that?
careful,
Like,
people.
why do you think now karma is worse than ever?
That's what I'm saying. The veil between the
Uh-huh.
physical body and the spiritual, the physical helm and the spiritual is thinner. So spirituality is working more in our physical body, helm, like reality, more than before, much more than before. That's how we are progressing, like humanity and the planet and everything is rising, becoming lighter. So spirituality works more
That's very interesting.
now.
For me,
Yes.
karma is I live my life and I treat
Hmm.
everybody, and some people think I'm crazy. Tell me you're honest. Even people that are mean and nasty to me or did something bad to me, I send them love and kindness and I still
Hmm.
treat them well. I think they need love even more than the people that are nice to me. I
Yes.
I don't wish anybody anything bad,
Hmm.
because for me, to me, that's karma. I believe in karma. I treat others the way I like to be treated, even if they don't
Yes.
do it back to me.
But
Is that what karma is?
it has to come from your heart, not
Right.
just saying,
Always. Yeah. No, well,
Yes.
yeah, always.
So
And it
I'm just like explaining to people because they can say, I'm setting light, and deep inside they're like, you know.
deep inside, she
So
said,
that
fuck
doesn't
you.
work, people. If you have hate in your heart and you're saying that you love the person, that's not gonna work. That's karma.
No.
Because karma works, you know how? In your thoughts. If you think bad, it's already like, it's gonna come back to you. So we need to work on having like a really good heart, as you're mentioning, as Kat has, because she's vibrating in a level of maybe more than 600 hertz, which is unconditional love. So
Ah,
there's this psychiatrist that he came up 100 years ago. He came up with a scale, energy scale. He
Really?
came, I don't know how he measured, but he measured the emotions in people. So a person that is vibrating anger or even doubt, guilt, jealousy, they are vibrating very low. Fear, insecurity, like 50 hertz, 100 hertz, very low. And then when the person is around 150 or 200, they are more balanced. And then they start to shift to a more higher and more positive consciousness. So then it goes like being balanced, then goes to healthy, and then love, enlightened, and goes until 700 hertz.
Amazing, right?
So this is very, very cool. If you guys want to look it up, um, what's his name again? I'll remember. I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Let's
It's coming.
put it on the, yeah, we'll put it on social media. But I really believe,
Mhm,
I believe the
mhm.
need to let go of anger, of, thinking bad about anybody. Like you said before, you
I
shift.
remember. It's Hawkins scale.
Hawkins. Yeah,
Hawkins
I've heard of
energy scale.
Hawkins.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm even
He
writing.
was a psychiatrist, and that was 100 years ago. He knew what he was talking about already.
I really
We can
believe.
learn a lot from
Yeah,
this.
I really, really believe in that. And so many people, even my friends are like, oh, that guy cheated on me. He's such an I
Mhm.
think you're like basically saying something bad about someone, but you're the one drinking the poison. That's what I think hate and
Exactly.
that's the
Exactly.
analogy that I like to use. You want them to die, you're sending hate their way,
Mhm.
but you're just poisoning yourself.
Yes, yes. But we are humans, and sometimes it happens.
For
We
sure.
can
But it's
expect
a
like
tough
being
exercise.
perfect all the time.
No, of course not. It's a really tough exercise to let
It is.
go of anger and let go of feeling. Because I
Mhm.
think many times when people hurt you or they do something horrible to you, most of the time the problem is with them. It's not with us.
Exactly, exactly. And when you acknowledge that and you really like, if you practice comprehension and acceptance, when you look to the person that hurt you, and then you know what they're going through, which is worse than what they made you feel, that's being like very detached and very wise, very much wise,
Takes a long
right?
time, but if you get there, it's a great place to be.
Mhm.
It gives you,
Yes, it gives us so much pleasure. Self
there's
pleasure.
nothing anybody can
Like
do.
I
Yeah,
rose above whatever happened,
exactly. There's nothing
Then you're
anybody
free.
can do. Yeah, you're free.
Then you're free.
Nobody is gonna affect your happiness and your energy. They can't take that away from you, and it's the best gift you can give yourself.
And that brings us to another way of rising your energy. Forgiveness.
Yeah,
Forgiveness. That's very important to
yeah,
set you free. Forgiveness is for you, not for the other person, you know?
yeah.
Forgiveness. When you forget and you forgive, I even made a song about it because I play electronic music and I sing and I write.
I know. On top of
So,
everything, you're a fabulous
yes,
DJ.
yeah. So the lyrics are forget and forgive. When you forget and forgive, you're like free to live your life. And that's when karma ends. When you have a karma with someone that you're fighting or you have something, and we are all connected through love or hate, which is very crazy, very much connected. So when you like practice acceptance, when you practice comprehension, you reach a point that you detach. And then when you're like neutral, karma is over.
That's amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
When you release forgiveness and
Yeah.
go,
It.
done,
I
you
wanna
know?
talk about something else that I think is super important. I mean, there are many things I want to talk about, but I'm trying to squeeze in as much as possible. Lightening our expectations. I
Yeah,
believe today, including me, that in the past, many times the reason why we get disappointed with other people is because we put all that expectation into how they're going to treat us, what they're going to do for us, la da 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 da. So that's really important, right? To let go of expectations. And you write all of that in the book.
I do. That's tough. That's tough because like, if I can be honest, I know my worth and I know how I want to be treated, like, at least. So it's not even connected to expectations, but it's like the least I want to be respected, you know? So I try not to expect anything, but at the same time, I build boundaries about how I want to be treated. So it's a thin line between not expecting, but being respectful towards yourself, you know?
Yes. A
So
tough
I
one.
try not to expect anything, but I have like a minimum
No,
way of being.
absolutely. We need to have our standards, what we accept or not.
Yes.
I completely agree. But if you don't expect too much from people, you get way less.
Yeah, exactly. So the least I expect, the least, like the least of respect, the least of education, honor, you know, the least. And this
Same.
is like a romantic relationship, family, friends, or whoever,
I
whoever.
think, yeah, same, because this is what I think, and this is what I learned in my journey. People
Mm-hmm.
only give you what they can. So like
Mm-hmm.
even when you are
Yes.
dating someone, and I know a lot of especially women, right? Say, oh my God, he's the man of my life. He's gonna propose, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. You're putting all your expectations in this person before you
Yes.
know if that person can return it. So I
Yes.
think, yeah, it's more about like put expectations on yourself. My expectations are for me, but now when I meet someone, I'm like, okay, if this is that turns out to be a fantastic person, that's a gift in my life. But if they turn out to be like, crap or
Mhm.
whatever, nothing, and I don't get disappointed anymore.
I know what you mean. I know what I mean. And you know what? Also for you guys that are hearing us, nobody comes ready. People need time to adjust. So in our age, I think like even more because people are very used to go their way already. We're not beginners, you know? So we are more likely to meet people that don't want to change or, you know, they are a little more selfish because they're on their 30s, 40s, 50s. So if you really want a commitment and a relationship, you need to be patient.
That is
That's a very good and wise
because we get set in our ways,
suggestion.
right? And I think we get
Yes,
pickier and our standards get higher and higher and higher, right?
exactly,
Like you said,
exactly.
with age we learn and we don't want to make the same mistakes again.
Hmm.
Raise our standards. Like you said, we know what we want to accept and what we don't accept. That's very wise advice. Be patient if you want anything to work. And most of us
I
are.
think it, yeah, I think it goes back to what you want. You want to be single or you want to be in a relationship? If you want to be in a relationship, work it out. You know, be patient. Because people they are not ready, they are weren't born for you. They, you know, we need to see ourselves not of as the center of the attention of the world, you know. We need to be more patient and accept people as they are, and with love and respect and honor just guide the relationship and the person through like relating, and then eventually people just connect and it flows easier,
I
you
love
know.
that because if you're a little more chill about it, like you said, being
Hmm.
chill is being patient. I really think that helps a lot. Now, you talked
Yes.
about something very, very important. It sounds
Mhm.
ridiculous, but to me, it's the most important lesson each one of us needs to learn, and most of us don't learn it or we don't even think about it. It's to
Mhm.
love ourselves. Like really,
Yes.
really, really love yourself. Like look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh my God, I love you. I am so
Hmm.
proud of you. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be a supermodel. It has nothing to do with perfection, but I really, really, really love you. Love yourself first and foremost. It's a journey and it's tough because as human beings, we have this tendency of loving everybody else, right?
Yes.
It's a process. How do we get there?
Oh, great question. So everything starts with self-love. Everything starts with self-love. And everything we go through life, it's for us. It's not about the other person, it's about us. So sometimes we blame others, but we need to go back to us and learn the lesson. And that's part of self-love too. Because you go through experiences and you need to focus on yourself. And if you're a giver, maybe sometimes you need to learn to receive too, because people sometimes they are needy for some reason from the past, and they kind of give too much, and they don't even think they are um, able to receive. Uh, they're not entitled to receive, you know?
Yeah.
So being open to receive is very important. Everything that you can do to raise your energy and connect to your inner self, it's going to empower you and it's going to increase your self-love.
But
And
how
it goes,
is there one first step? Because I know, going back to the beginning, what we were saying, I know there are so many people, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. I want to love myself, but I don't. I don't like what I look
Mhm,
in the mirror. I don't like who I became.
mhm,
I'm frustrated, la 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 la. Is there one
mhm.
little trigger or something to learn this lesson to change the game?
Yeah, so it goes a little closer to what we were saying to raise the energy. So when you treat yourself well, then you connect to your self-love. So we go back to exercising because you shift your energy vibrates higher, and then you're not vibrating insecurity, fear, and then you go to love and self-love and unconditional love. So when you work on your energy, you start loving yourself and others too. So the most you can do to learn about yourself, your past, your present, your future, anything, I even write in my book, anything you can do to learn about yourself, any tool you have, like therapy, courses, meditation, yoga is amazing for self-love, for self-knowledge, because you connect to all the poses, and not only in a physical level, but a spiritual, energetical level, and even past lives and everything. Yoga brings so much consciousness about yourself, and this is self-love.
Yeah.
Self-love is like knowing yourself. The more you know yourself, the more you're gonna love yourself, you know and practice what we're saying right now. Practice acceptance, patience, comprehension, with yourself
Yeah, it's a
before anybody else.
But I think and I agree because you keep talking about exercise and it has nothing to do with perfection. But I really believe
No.
if you don't treat your body with kindness, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
treat your body well, if you don't move, yeah, very likely your mind is going to get messed up as well because we're
Yes.
connected, body and mind, right? And many
Mm-hmm.
times we forget about that. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah. And
emphasizing.
also, there's a chapter in my book, You Are What You Eat. That's
Oh,
very
yeah, I
important.
love that. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, if you treat your body like a trash can,
Mm-hmm.
that's the results you're gonna get, you know?
There's no way you're going to rise your energy or be lighter or love yourself if you're not treating yourself with respect. And that starts with eating healthy. You
Yeah,
know, the first addiction is food addiction. Have you
yeah.
thought about it?
Oh my God,
If
yeah.
you don't know how to eat
Super
well, or you
strong.
you can hold yourself eating like in a balanced way, your addictions go like, you know.
Yeah.
And also, I would add detox. I do everything to detox. I do ozone therapy in my vein, which is like amazing detox, and you're in a cellular level. And I drink gold and silver. People don't know about that, but it's diluted in water.
That's a
Yes,
new
no,
one.
but
I never heard of this one.
it's a therapy from the Asian, Japanese, and Chinese. So they used to do this 2 years ago, 2,000 years ago, actually. And I drink a little bit, like just a little bit. Diluted in water is nothing. It feels like water. And silver is supposed to detox your cells, and gold is supposed to rejuvenate your cells. So every day a little bit. And it's so interesting because I'm so sensitive that I feel I'm more balanced, you know? Anything that there is that brings me joy, happiness, health, I'm trying and I'm passing
Yeah,
on you
same.
guys.
I'm game.
On
I'm always
Friday,
like, yeah, I always
I
like
know you
new
are.
things and learning new things. And the minute you start loving yourself and taking care of your body, it's kind of like a snowball. You want to do more,
Yes.
more, more, more. So I highly encourage you, if you're listening out there and you're like, it's easier said than done. The first step is
Hmm.
very tough, but once you
Yes.
start, like all the things you said, work out, move, go to the beach, nature, do a little
Hmm.
something for yourself, be patient, let go. And once you start all these things, you want to do more and more and more and more and more. Now,
Hmm.
before I let you go, I think towards the end of your book, you say something that I do love. It's cheesy, but I love it, and I use this all the time. Every end is a new beginning.
It's
And
not cheesy, it's amazing.
but because many times we're going through an end of something, whatever, an
Yeah,
end of a relationship, end of a
I
marriage,
use that a lot, Kat. I
and
use that
people
a
are like,
lot.
we feel like, of course, we have feelings like,
Every time we end
oh,
something is the opportunity of starting something new and better. You know? Yay!
it's tough,
Opportunity.
right? It's
Opportunity.
tough to go through an end, but
Hmm.
yes, if you see it as, you know what, it's a new window, it's a new opportunity. I'm gonna find a relationship that is even better for me.
Hmm.
That's a completely new way to shift your mindset.
Yes, and it's amazing to connect to yourself and practice self-love and knowing more about yourself, you know? We need to stop with the codependency. I believe like the best relationships in 5D, fifth dimension, are two people separate that are in their best versions coming together because they want, not because they need something from each other, you know? They're just like having fun and connecting in a deeper level. And I really believe it's happening much more now. Like soulmates are connecting, twin flames are connecting, you know? We're going through an amazing shift of consciousness and humanity is rising, the planet is changing so much. There's so much to come, people. If you think the planet or humanity or everything's crazy, it's going to get even crazier.
It is crazy right now, and
You
you
know,
said the
and
word.
but for better, you know, the destruction comes so we can build something new. And if I could say something very important, if you're scared about something happening to you, keep your energy high because it's going to protect you. That's what I channel every single day. Angels say, keep your energy high. Then you're not going to be where the earthquake is going to be. You're not going to be where the water is coming or floating or, you know, you're going to be protected. Energy, high energy protect us so much, so much. We need to do these things to survive and to have a good life. You know, nobody wants to be in struggle all the time.
No,
When we have high energy, we go through life like easier, we flow easier, you know. I love connecting to you because you have such a beautiful energy
thank you.
and your
I
work is
know
so
it's the best
beautiful.
compliment anybody can give me, because I
I
know at
know.
one point I didn't. I thought that was the
Hmm.
end of me, and I talk about that on the podcast all the time. That's actually how the podcast started, because I was literally venting, like, oh my God, you know.
Hmm.
And now
Hmm.
4 years into it, I'm like here where I want to be, still seeking the right partner for me. But like we were saying earlier, I know what I want, and I'm very happy with myself, and I love myself, and I love my life, and I'm just trying to open up these conversations because I think there is hope for anyone to turn their lives around. And you use a
Hmm.
word that I think is very, very key. People should be together because they want to be together, not because they
Hmm.
need to be together. We need to remember that.
Yes.
That's key
Yes.
for any relationship. There's no push,
Yes.
there's no forcing anybody to be with you. And
No.
and then your life changes for the better.
Yes, yes. And we keep going. We need to find a way of just flowing with life. And even if we have these ups and downs, we need to remember that it's transition. Like we always have ups and downs. It's like we're here for this. And that's when we learn the most. So being balanced through these hard times bring us more clarity to go through it in a less suffering, you know, mode.
Yeah, I love your energy, and you're very soothing. You're very kind. It's such an honor to have you. And if you guys don't
Thank
know her
you.
work, and you know, I
Mm-hmm.
it's from my heart. That's my style. I
Yeah.
lie and bullshit. But if you guys don't know her work, I highly recommend go check it out. The book is The Power of Joy. It's available everywhere, right, Bibba? It's available on Amazon.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and,
iTunes everywhere.
and how can people connect with you through your Insta or do you have a website?
Instagram, easier. Bibba Pacheco, Bibba Pacheco.
Yeah, and I'm putting the link here on this episode if you guys want to click and find her
Mm-hmm.
work because your videos,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, please go look at the videos on YouTube and my social media channels because you are gorgeous. But
Thank
you're
you.
gorgeous, like filled with light around you. So you put all these encouraging videos and it's so empowering. I promise you, if you're having a shitty day, if you're feeling down on yourself and you're gonna look at Biba's videos, you're gonna immediately feel better.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. It was a pleasure. It's amazing connecting to each and every one of you. I'm here for you guys. Anything you need. I'm an energy healer and I'm here to help.
Thank you. We're very grateful. And let me know when you come to Los Angeles so we can get together
Yes,
in
I love
person and do
LA.
another one because I know I'm going to get so many questions out of this episode for you. So I
Oh
hope.
my God. I wish we could do more and answer everything
Yeah,
live,
so
maybe.
yeah, we'll plan another one live. Yeah, hopefully.
Mhm.
Guys, be safe out there and self-love first and foremost, right, Biba?
Yes, put yourself first. You're the most important person in the world. Nobody comes before you. Nobody comes before you. You need to be full power, full energy to help people. Otherwise, you don't help anybody, not even yourself, nor the other. So focus on yourself, on being healthy, happy, prosperous, abundant,
Yep.
and divine. Your divine version, best version.
Love it. Thank you so much, Biba. It was
Mhm.
such a
Thank
pleasure.
you,
Guys, I'll
Kat.
see you
Thank you.
very soon.
I honor your existence. Thank you.
Be safe.
Namaste.
Love, self-love, self-love first and foremost. And I'll see you guys very soon.
Bye.
Thank you, Biba.
Thank you.
Recording.
This